What's happening, y'all? Rich Sosa coming back at you with another video today. And before we get started, I gotta say thank God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. Comment down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from, and I'll definitely be sure to get back to you with a response. So I just want to say God bless you and thank you for tuning in. And as you can see from the looks of the title on the screen, man, today I put together one of the best, if not the best center build in all of NBA 2K25. Now, in my opinion, this is going to be the absolute best playmaking center, the absolute best isolation big man. Now, when it comes towards this build, we're actually going to be able to get pro dribble moves at the height of 7 feet. On top of that, we get the standing elite contact dunks, and this build for the finishing and defense is very special, but the shooting, you can see from the gameplay, man. I've used this build already, especially when it comes towards using it in the playgrounds, the 1v1, and I think this is going to be a true all-around build. So once again, thank you for tuning in. God bless every single one of you, and if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. Now let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build, and I actually want to go ahead and build this one together with y'all. So the first thing I want to do, make sure we put it under the center position, but as far as for that height, let's go with 7 feet. Getting into the weight, I'm going to go with 231, and most of these numbers will be optional, but for the wingspan today, and I'll go over the details later, but let's go with 7'1". So getting into the finishing, this is probably going to be the most important part of today's build, because this is what actually allows us to be a bully down low. So go ahead and put that close shot all the way up to an 87. When it comes towards the actual driving layup, I'm going to go with an 80 right here. Now, I'm telling y'all these numbers, bro, everything is going to matter when it comes towards these badges, and especially animation. So getting into that driving dunk, originally when I made this build, I had it at an 80. Today, I did decide to go with a 73, and this actually does allow us to get the Giannis Antetokounmpo dunk package, bro. So considering that we can unlock that at a 73, very special build. Now, when it comes towards that standing dunk, I'm going to go with a 90. And then for the actual post control, this actually isn't too expensive. I'm going to go with an 87 now. The finishing, looking pretty nice, bro. We're only a 66 overall. Now from here, let's go ahead and dive into that mid-range shot. So this is probably my favorite thing about today's build. We're going to go with a 92. And I'm looking to be more somewhat of a shot creating post scorer with this build. So when it comes towards that three-pointer, let's go with an 85. And then for the actual free throw, I'm going to put this up to an 80. And for this build specifically, I really do want to focus on that mid-range game. And you're going to see with the playmaking, bro, that's going to be really easy to do, especially with this high rating. So for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go with an 80. And what's actually very special about this build is the cap breakers are going to play a huge role, because there's many different ways that you can go about it. So for the ball handle, I'm going to go up to a 71. Moving into the actual speed with ball, I'm going to put this up to a 55. And then as for the actual defensive end, this is where things get pretty nice as well. So for that interior, I'm going to put this up to an 82. Once we get into the actual perimeter defense, you want to be sure that you're able to contest out on the perimeter. So go no lower than a 60, but for this build, I'm going to go with a 61. For that steal, let's go with a 60 here as well. And then for the actual rebounding and the block, we're going to save this for later, but on this side of the ball, I think it's really important to focus on paint patroller as well as rebound chaser. So as for that block, I'm going to put this up to a 93. Getting into the actual rebounding, go with an 80. And this right here is what I think is going to be very important on this build. We actually get silver rebound chaser. So really pay attention to some of these badges. I'll go in the details at the end. But as far as for the actual speed, we're going to leave this at a 62. Getting into the actual agility, leave this as is as well. Getting into that strength, I'm going to go with an 89. And then as you can see, to wrap everything up on this build, let's go with a 70 when it comes towards our vertical. So a few things you need to take into account. If you make this build, bro, this is the perfect build to use your cap breakers for. So you have a few different options you can go with. One is going to be the takeover. If you want to be able to get the glass gunner takeover, which I think is one of the most overpowered takeovers in the game. A +8 put towards the 3-point shot in both offensive and defensive rebound. So if you add your cap breakers towards your offensive rebound, we're going to be able to get this takeover. And not only does that give you a huge boost put towards that defensive end, it's essentially a +8 and a +5 put towards the offensive and defensive side, and also that 3-pointer. So really just something to think about, and including if you're buying boost, bro, I think that works out perfectly. Now, let's say you want more out of the pass accuracy. When it comes towards the actual badges, if you add your cap breakers here, we can actually unlock bailout on the bronze tier. So just something that you want to think about if you're looking to use your cap breakers in different areas. But look, if you even go towards your post control, bro, this has a few different badges. If you want to, you can potentially try to get some of these upgraded even more, but I think I'm pretty happy with this rating, especially for the standing dunk, that does allow us to get those elite contact dunks. As far as for the actual driving dunk, I want to show y'all the animations after at the end, what we can actually unlock. But from the gameplay, what you're seeing on screen, bro, this build does not feel slow at all. The defense, I think it feels more of a lockdown. Realistically, I think 7-foot centers or 6'11" somewhat have the chance to be the meta. Now, I'm really happy that we're actually able to get it's NIKOLA JOKIC dribble style with this ball handle rating and speed with ball. That's something that I really wanted to aim for, and I think it helps me out perfectly, especially when it comes towards this defensive end. I don't see any weaknesses anywhere. Like, we get gold paint patroller for that block, also silver pogo stick, high flying denier in the bronze tier. For the defensive end, 3 silver badges, box out beast, pogo stick, and also rebound chaser. Once you get into the actual steal, I'm really happy with interceptor in the bronze tier. I think that's going to be perfect. Now, when it comes towards the perimeter end, 61 is going to be perfect as well, especially if you're looking to guard those smaller guards and keep up with them. You definitely want some perimeter as your center. Now, I like the fact that we get silver off-ball pass, and then for the interior, I'm thinking we're really solid, bro. Now, for the speed with ball, this is all just for that dribble style. The ball handle, of course, I wanted to be sure to at least get handles for days on the bronze tier to dribble on this build and not really have to worry. Now, for the pass accuracy, like I said, you can add your cap breaker here to get bailout later on, but we get silver break starter, dimer, and bronze versatile visionary. For the free throw, like I said, this is an all-around build to have fun in any game mode. So if you're new to the game, bro, this is going to be the perfect build to run as a big man. An 80 free throw for the rec in the 5s. Then for that three-pointer, gold deadeye, we got gold set shot specialist, man. Bronze limitless range, now that's something that I was actually looking to go after as well. And then for that mid-range shot, man, this is super overpowered, especially these badges help us out with the three-pointer. Gold deadeye, set shot specialist, and post fade phenomenon. Something that's very important to know is that if you were to try to get these 3 badges specifically out of the three-pointer, it's going to cost you a whole lot more attributes and overall. So I'm pretty happy that I didn't have to adjust my wingspan to get these badges. And then for the post scoring, bro, I think this is going to be perfect. Post fade phenom, post powerhouse, post up poet. You get gold hook specialist. Now that's very cheesy on this build. Silver unpluckable, which is really nice for the dribbling. Then you also get gold rise up, silver aerial wizard. Also, I really like bronze posterizer and limitless range. Those are probably my 2 favorite badges out of this whole build, because that really allows us to get some extra range when it comes towards the shooting and better contact dunks. Now, for that driving layup, I really like having an 80, especially being able to get silver physical finisher. That does allow you to get some really nice layup packages. Now, on top of that, you get gold float game, which I think is very cheesy. And then on top of this, bro, paint prodigy. And this is pretty much what the build is going to be looking like for the takeovers. I mean, you've pretty much seen them already. But as you can see, some other ones, we get block party, bucket, barbecue chicken, bully, clinic, diesel. All of these, especially even eraser, bro, a plus 15 put towards that block. That's at least a 110 put towards this area. Now we also get fluid shooter. That gives us a plus 8 put towards the three-pointer and mid-range. I'm really enjoying that. But I really do want to go after the glass gunner badge. So I think that's what, or the takeover. So I think that's what I'm going to use my first cap breaker towards. But we also get others like glass warrior. Let me know your thoughts and opinion on this build. Is there anything that you potentially would change on it? But I truly think this is a nice center, so let's go ahead and check out the comparisons. And this is something that I'm really happy with. We get Kristaps Porzingis, DeMarcus Cousins, and it's actually the OG Sacramento Kings with 2-time 2 NBA champions, NIKOLA JOKIC and Porzingis, bro. So it comes out to the 2-way 3-level scoring threat. I think this is absolutely one of the best center builds. Now, when it comes towards those animations, bro, look. A whole lot when it comes towards the shooting. You get Kevin Durant jump shot, which I think it's butter. Add that up with LaMarcus Aldridge base, and I'm telling you, this is easily one of the better centers to use. very nice when it comes towards this jumper. Now, as far as for the actual playmaking, man, and the dunk styles, let me go ahead and show y'all real quick. So the dunk styles, these are going to be the dunk packages we get. Pretty much everything you want and need. The elite contact dunks when it comes towards the standing. Also Giannis and Shaquille O'Neal, bro, when it comes towards their dunk styles. This is a very complete build, man. So let me know what you think about it down below in the comments. Have you seen a better center? But I think this has the potential to be the best isolation center this year. Now, on top of that, when it comes towards the actual playmaking, we get a whole lot of extra dribble moves that we were actually restricted to in the past. So I'm really happy with this build, especially the way that it came out. I'm not lacking anywhere in the defensive end. You may have to have a little bit of a learning curve when it comes towards the actual playmaking, but you've seen on screen, man, I've had a lot of success with this build. So this is all I got for y'all today. I'll be sure to get y'all another video tomorrow. So I want to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment down TG for thank God. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If there's anything that you recommend that I should change on this build, remember those cap breakers are going to be key. So I'll put the link to my previous video in the description, and there should be a pop-up card right here. But I just want to say one more time, thank you for all of your love and support. I see y'all in the comments. So if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And last but definitely not least, with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.